Hey, what's up ladies and gents? Welcome back to another eFootball 2023 Player of the Week review. So we're looking at the International Cup for December the 15th of 2022. And we are going to see some real good players in this pack. So let's just take a look, shall we? So first up, we've got Phil Foden. Now, he is a left wing forward position, but he can play a variety of roles. I really like him in midfield, that central midfield area and attack midfield area, because I think he's got a lot of really good traits to really suit him. With this card, he can play the support striker role. The only issue with my issue with him is he's got the roaming flank role on this card, which is kind of disappointing. So he's going to be better in those wide areas, and he's going to cut in. But like I said, he's got excellent ball control, dribbling, tight possession. His speed and acceleration is going to make him feel really, really good on the ball, as well as that high balance as well. So on the ball, when he gets the ball, honestly, you're able to really maneuver in real tight spaces. He's not really a skiller as such, but he's going to feel really, really nice. Now, if we look at his skills, double touch is obviously a key one for skills, but he's got one touch passing, through passing, weighted passing, low look passing, and low lofted passing. So all really good stuff to have there, especially one touch passing, through passing, and weighted passing. And he's also got soul control, so his finesse dribbling is going to feel very, very nice indeed. He's got decent finishing at 79, so definitely a player I could recommend. Next up is Neymar Jr, attack midfield role, creative playmaker, and I think this really does suit him down to the ground. That role is going to be absolute money for this guy. He's just going to sit off the strikers and he's going to find pockets of space, and with the high ball control, dribbling, tight possession, his acceleration, his balance, he's going to feel exceptional. And he's got decent finishing, good curling ability as well. And if we just take a look at his player skills, so he's got double touch, flip flat, Marseille turn. I love all those skills, to be honest with you. He's actually got long range curler as well, so you can be able to whip those curled shots in on goal. And to be honest, he's got Rabona as well. I do like this skill because obviously it allows you to play on the weaker foot side as long as you know how to use it. Just make sure you are releasing all your controls, pressing the shoot or the cross button or the pass button, and then pushing the left angle stick in the direction you wish to use the Rabona. Obviously, he has to be on his weaker foot to use that. But yeah, a very, very nice card. Ramos, and I was surprised he was excluded from the last Player of the Weeks. It seems they're like a week behind in terms of the actual World Cup, which is a bit disappointing. But this guy, I was expecting to be pretty decent, and he is. Look at his defensive awareness, look at his finishing, look at his heading. He's one of these strikers that's just good at everything. He's not excellent or outstanding in any one department, but he can do pretty much everything you need from a striker. He's got Fox in the box role, and that's really going to suit him. I love the finishing and heading stats. I love his offensive awareness. I love his aggression, his speed, acceleration, jumping, and his stamina. So he's going to be really good. Great for a 21-year-old, and I think he's got a real good prospect and future ahead of him. So looking at his player skills, first time shot is a key one for me. One touch passing means he can link up the play. He's got that Fox in the box role. Like I said, he's going to be excellent for crosses. So acrobatic finishing is going to be, and the heading player skills are going to be really key there. He's got dipping and rising shots as well, and long range curler. So one of these strikers that just can hit the ball from pretty much anywhere, and especially in the box, and he's going to be very, very deadly. Looking forward to using him if I can pick him up. Next up is Tchouameni, box-to-box defensive midfielder. Absolutely sensational for France. And if you look at his physical contact, means he's going to be a big juggernaut in midfield. Good aggression, good tackling, good defensive engagement, great ball control, tight possession, low passing, lofted passing. So he's going to feel really good. He's not going to be able to travel with the ball all that well, like in terms of bringing the ball forward, but like in terms of actually getting on the ball and sort of, operating in tight spaces, he can definitely do that. I think he makes a really, really good defensive box-to-box midfielder. Let's take a look at his player skills. So he's got everything you need, right, from a attacking and defensive point of view. So attacking-wise, he's got one-touch passing, through passing, weighted passing. Perfect. Then he's got aerial superiority. And, with 79 for kicking power, that's not too bad. He's got long-range shooting as well. So he's going to be able to score the odd long-ranger as well. So very, very versatile, strong, powerful midfielder. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Next up is a goalkeeper. And to be honest, I think there's better goalkeepers like that. But I wouldn't be too unhappy if you don't have a decent goalkeeper already. A lot of people are going to have Khan because he was in the club points. And I would always recommend signing him. But his goalkeeping awareness is pretty decent. and his reflexes and reach are decent as well. So a very, very solid and capable goalkeeper. As for his player skills, high punt, long throw, penalty saver, obviously the key ones for a goalkeeper. Next up, Dumfries. He's a right midfield here. Obviously he plays more as a sort of wing back. He's a cross specialist, and if we just take a look at his player skills, he's got a lot of speed. He's got some good defensive qualities. He's got some good offensive qualities. I just think his curling is a little bit low at 74, but overall, I think he could be a decent player, but not for me. He's not one for me. But from a defensive point of view, he has got interception and blocker, and that's going to make him very valuable along with the pinpoint crossing. But he does lack one-touch passing, which I do like in certainly the defensive side. So if you're going to play him at right back, for example, but I just don't think he's going to be good enough to play him as a right midfield forward. But might be worth a shot anyway. Molina up next, who is a offensive fullback who is very quick, not only without the ball but with the ball as well, with that dribbling being 85, his acceleration 90 and his speed 87. He's got good kicking power, good lofted passing. His curling could be a little bit higher, which would make him a bit more desirable, but to be honest, one of the better players in this pack. The only thing he's lacking is a lot of player skills, so that makes him hard to recommend. Interceptions and pinpoint crossing are very key skills to have as a fullback, but I would like to see that one-touch passing as well, but unfortunately he doesn't have that, so it is again hard to recommend him in this pack. Pepe up next, and wow, what a centre-back. Look at his defensive engagement, his aggression, his defensive awareness. He's a destroyer as well, meaning he will go walkabouts in defending, but with that high aggression, honestly, this guy will absolutely charge out, win the ball, high up the pitch, and get you back onto the attack. So, and his speed and acceleration is not too bad as well. He's not a complete sloth. So I really do like the look of this guy. So definitely a recommendation in this pack. And then we look at his player skills: man marking, interception, blocker, aerial superiority, acrobatic clearance, meaning he's an absolute warrior when the ball's coming into the box. He's going to be really, really good at defending those situations. So definitely a player you want in your team. Weghorst up next. Now, if you've been doing what I've been doing, is playing with a lot of tall players up front, which I've been doing recently. Online, that doesn't work all that well. Offline, it does generate a lot of success. And this, if you are just going to launch it up to someone tall, there doesn't get many bigger people than Weghorst. 190 centimeters in height. He's got decent jumping as well, 76. But look at his heading and his offensive awareness and his finishing. His physical contact's good. His stamina is good. So, yeah, an easy player to recommend. Aerial superiority, heading, first time shot, one-touch passing, super sub. Again, to come off the bench, just launch it up to him. Might be worth a shot. I definitely would have him on the bench if I were you, as a different option to perhaps the likes of Mbappe and other sort of speedster strikers that are quite small. Amrabat up next, a box-to-box defensive midfielder, and to be honest, he isn't too bad at all. If you look at his defensive qualities, they're pretty good. His aggression is really high, meaning he's going to be able to close down the ball really quickly and rapidly, along with his tight possession, low passing, and ball control. All good to have, along with his speed and acceleration. So a very versatile, quick defensive midfielder. I wouldn't be overly happy if you got him either. He's got one-touch passing, lofted passing, interception. He hasn't got the blocking trait, so he is missing that. But other than that, pretty decent. He hasn't got through ball, so don't expect him to be offensive-minded. But overall, a solid player for a 3-star card. And finally, Yamik, but I can't really recommend this guy. Defensive awareness is far too low. He is quite quick, meaning he can recover. So if you are playing a possession style, maybe it might be okay with that low defensive awareness. But any other one, I would hate to see him in. He has got interception, blocker, aerial superiority, and acrobatic clearance. But like I said, that defensive awareness is far too low. Try and deal with the best strikers in the game. He's going to get absolutely melted. So yeah, and he hasn't got my favourite sort of playing style, which is build up. He's got destroyer, and that's fine, but you've got to have high aggression if you're going to be a destroyer, like Rüdiger, for example. Anyway, that pretty much it concludes that for this pack. If I was to recommend players, there'd be Neymar Jr, Tchouameni, and Pepe. Those are probably the 3 standouts for me. Anyway, like I said, that's all for this episode, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.